Hello guys, and welcome to my Naruto review of Naruto manga chapter 624. For my vote on this chapter, I say like, although I was kind of sitting on the fence about it until the last 2 pages or so. So you may as well call me the Tsuchikage, always sitting on the fence about things. Anyway, to start things out, straight into the fight scene from the last manga. But except, nope, no fighting. Hashirama and Madara pretty much jump in between the battle and at the start, and Madara says to his father that Hashirama is actually stronger than him, and so he gets Izuna and his father to, back off. They won't win the fight, which is kind of pussyish in my opinion, but then again, at least it means we get to skip this and jump more into some more relevant stuff, instead of more frames getting, well, not frames, panels getting held up with crap that doesn't really matter, like that fight. So, it would be nice to have seen the fight, but it's alright. It's kind of a loss and a win at the same time. And so Madara as he's leaving, puts a huge emphasis on their last names, Senju and Uchiha, and it gives that vibe that it doesn't matter who they are as people, they can no longer be friends so long as they belong to those two families. Which, it's kind of some Romeo-Juliet crap, but anyway. Bam! Madara unlocks his Sharingan with one Tomo, which, as we remember, requires some traumatic emotion to be brought up. So I think there was a lot of turmoil in Madara between how the Senju killed his brothers, but also on how much Hashirama actually meant to him as a friend. But ultimately his hatred won, and he quote-unquote erased Hashirama from, what he meant to him. And then we're into a time skip where they are fighting, which is stuff we've already seen before, although there is still no explanation to how Madara and Izuna got their MS, or how Hashirama discovered his wood release. But Madara and Hashirama are now the leaders of their respective clans, and well, let's just say it, Tobirama killed Izuna. It happened so fast, it was like 2 panels, but I gotta point out, Izuna looks a lot younger than he originally appeared. Not to mention, he had MS, which means we can assume he had Susanoo. So how the fuck did he die to a shitty sword attack? I wish they did something a little more epic there. And I really wish they'd explain how they got the MS. They don't just kill their best friends that don't mean anything for no apparent reason. That doesn't make sense at all. But anyway, Madara acquires the MS from his brother as a gift on his deathbed to protect the Uchiha. And they fight, and Madara loses, which we already knew, although this is a new fight, I guess. And then he basically says, if you want peace, Hashirama, either you kill yourself or your brother as karmatic justice for what happened to Izuna. Well, that's what I got out of it. And then we'll have peace. We will create peace, and I will trust you if you do one of these 2 things. Which we know neither of these happen, because both Hashirama and Tobirama live past this moment. But in a way, I wish Tobirama just took his sword and stabbed himself in the neck, because I don't really like Tobirama, and he did that to Izuna, and at this stage I kind of feel sorry for Madara. I mean, he seems so sad. It's like borderline pathetic is just the essence that I feel from him. And it has me thinking, Madara still hasn't reached that level of crazy. I mean, he's not even on the level that Sasuke currently is on for crazy. So I'm thinking something more has to happen that causes that big snap within Madara. I never realized until reading this that the marks on Tobirama's face is actually scars. Or at least I believe they're scars, because I always thought they were like battle paint. But from the scenes we've seen, it looks like they're actually scars. Anyway, I'm keen for the next chapter and to see Madara's true downfall into insanity, or at least that's I hope what's going to happen. But that is all for today. I'm sorry I stuttered a bit, it's fucking late. But peace guys, and I hope you all have an awesome day. Bye bye! Sorry, but before I go, I do want to pose one possible theory. What if Izuna got his MS when he was just on the verge of death because he felt like he had let his brother down, and that was just the worst possible feeling he could have, and that triggered his MS. And then on Izuna's death, that was like the loss of like the most important person to Madara, and that triggered his MS. And so Madara essentially just skipped MS and just went straight from normal Sharingan to a single second period where he had MS to just straight EMS. That'd be pretty cool. But anyway, see ya.